Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Fox Hound Show. My phonies, my mahonies, and of course my jabronis. How are you all doing? You're looking lovely, you're looking big, you're looking strong. Love to see it. You love to heck see it. Now, my fellas, what are we doing today in Monster Crown? Alright, we've been closing in on making progress, like real deal progress. I think we're on the verge of another bonus monster fight. Now, I learned that there's a secret ending, and it happens to do with those mini-bosses that we've been cleaning out. And that maybe I might have screwed up by not catching them, which is a problem. But we should get another crack at them in post-game. So, we get the regular rendering, then we'll go and worry about the other dudes. Now, before we do anything else, let me show you some new party members that we got. Take a look, okay? These two. We got Raptor and Dyer here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to rename Dyer, and you are going to be what? You look kind of like a black-spotted hyena. So, what do we call you? Actually, you kind of look like a lichen rock, right? So, lichen rock it is. Beautiful name on that fella. And then you. You look like that one Digimon. What's the name of that one freaking Digimon? But you know what's even a better name than it? Fafnir. Even better. There we go. That's a crew. That is a crew and a half. Alright, let's continue on. Where are we right now? Remember that shoal cave that I couldn't figure out how to get around in? Was indeed a tossable with the scarf. Hooks to a rock, and then you can zoom on over. So let's go ahead and do a ride on here. Grab some loot. We will take a loot and scoot. How are we doing on berries? We got one rare berry. Not worth popping. Okay. Lush and beautiful area down here. We know what those guys are. We got one of them. Megalicos coming at us with a sickness. Okay, Megalico. Okay. And there ain't nothing down there. And lots of mimics. Let's see how strong they are. Just level 39. Unafraid. Utterly unafreaking afraid. Take them. And Ghana's. Now, what are we doing here? Lots of friendos zooming and zipping about. Glorious snail. Oh yeah, we got missing gnomes. We are on the right way. There is that. Oh, you're brand new. What is your face? Who are you? Calamagna. You look like you are demon pactable. It is. Calamagna, welcome to the old crew. But yeah, I played around with breeding and summoning and fusion a whole lot off screen, and the results speak for themselves. Our new boys are ridiculously strong. Just to show you, okay? Take a look at Shark here. Shark is powerful. Look at his stats at level 65. 207s, 170s, lowest stats 163. Our boy, 20 levels lower. He's matching the resistance almost. Look at it. And set takes seed. And the same thing goes with Fafnir. Yo, Lycanroc and Fafnir are going to be so freaking strong once they manage to finally come into their own. They're working on it. They are indeed working on it. Man, these corridors. These freaking cores of doors, man. Okay. Let's go ahead and sneak by all 800 missing gnome. Alright, now we gotta wait on these things. Yeah. We can get away from them, though. We can zoom away. Ain't worried about no zoomies. Alright, this is probably the boss sector. Let's go and deal with him. Oh, we should probably switch in somebody to deal with him, right? Lycanroc, you are up to start. What is this place? What is that monster? When we were first born into this world, we regarded the earth with envious eyes. A voice? Where's it coming from? Not that monster, surely. The world was promised to us by our mother, who made us perfect in her image. We alone would be masters of the universe. Our understanding of existence was unparalleled with our science. Nothing was impossible. Upon our lonely moon, we aspired to something greater, something that would take our existences worth our toil and pain. Raziel is the keeper of secrets, the one who knows our history and our legacy. Raziel shall carry forth our holy mission and undo your scheme, trespasser. Okay. Hit him with the cold flurry. It's about to get chilly. Boom. Oh, drop those stats. Drop them through the floor. It goes for the old shaver. Yo, mini boss friend, I am so sorry for you. I apologize. Oh, sheesh, hold on, people. Hold on. Finding me was not easy, so we shall finish your crusade together. Yo, Raziel, Razzle Dazzle, Mr. Razzler, joining up with the squadron. Let's go, Mr. Razzle Dazzle. Glad to have you. A monster that can talk, but it's not the same voice from earlier. Am I dreaming? No, you are not, my friend. Yo, what did I tell you? Lycanroc freezing them out, dude. Lycanroc absolutely freezing out the competition. And yeah, we're gonna have to go back and get the rest of those boys, because apparently we can Demon Pact all the optional super bosses, which is something to take into account. So, the ones that we got to remember that we already beat were the one in the original Homeboy Cave, which is whatever, not particularly all that big of a deal. And then the one that was the one in the mines towards Raptor Mount. That one we also have to grab. So we shall indeed only do something of the nature. Let's just zip on by this dude. And I will peep some treasure. Some more atomic clocks and more super grow, huh? Well, super grow is valuable to us for a few guys. Ain't nothing crazy we can do with it, though. I think we already... Now that I think about it, I think we do have the evolutions that use it pretty much already down. I went through off screen, also did some evolution farming, so you know, that's got taken care of. Okay, all the treasure chests spawned in here immediately after grabbing the new guy. Razzle dazzle eel. Just wishing I knew that these optional mega bosses could actually be poached, because then I would have totally done that earlier. Okay, and then we're gonna flippy-do on over, and I will indeed pop the rest of these treasure chests, because frankly we could use the level up items. Although there's just so much riffraff. Get out of here. Still have not encountered a rainbow monster yet, which is something that I think we wanted to do. And then what we're gonna do is also head on over to Neokio and see about Gamba. Oh, there's so much treasure. Give me all of the freaking treasure, man. Yeah, there we go. Much freaking better. Lots of money, much wealth, big wow. Indeed. Give me this as well. The vital elixirs are an important part of our strategy of not getting crumped to pieces, so... yeah, we'll take that. I think we can just run on back, right? Yeah, we're just gonna sprint our way back on through, try to avoid all of these dudes. Okay, flee from you. I don't need to fight anybody for levels. Levels are looking tragically amazing. I know, it seems to be an oxymoron, but it's tragic for our enemies and amazing for us. Alright, let's go ahead and do... where do we need to go, huh? We'll just swim across this real fast. I guess Neokio would be the next big area, right? Try to bring down the tyrant of Neokio. And then figure out where we gotta go. Alright, you are gonna make me... oh, no, we got by him. We got by him. My bad. Nope, we didn't get by him. We didn't get by him. My bad. Grimpo. Okay, buddy. Okay, Mr. Grim. Yeah, charge at me. Wish a few monsters were a little less, you know, grabby hands, but, it is what it is. Alright. We can go ahead and fly now. I think, would they fly now? Yo, they fly now. I think each one of these represents a potential dungeon where we should see somebody, right? The cave, we got them, and the ice cave, that was another one. That's Raptor Boost Mountain, and that is that. So in theory, there should be a Luminarian in both of these, right? Did we get one out of Raptor Cove here? Also, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because we fought the Mega Boss in the crypt, right? And then this was the other. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, not every one of these can have a dude in them, right? Because there's only 7 luminaries, I think. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and go to Neokio and deal with this. Also, we'll move our boys around. Yeah. Hey there, friend, you need a lift or just some movement? I need some monsters moved around. Alright, Razzle Dazzle. You are going in box number 3 because you guys are like the big dudes, right? Yeah. Interesting. Level 43 on that dude. Yeah, he's tough. But he ain't as tough as our boys. Ooh, that looks like a fused adult Dracoil. Never mind. Ah, yeah, another eager visitor to my impressive adult Dracoil, isn't it? Well, take one look and feast your eyes on a true pinnacle of monster kind. More than a single look will cost you, though. Cost 50 in the pot, and you're sticking around. Wow, it really is the real deal. It's not a Dracoil, and you're a con artist taking advantage of people. Yeah, that's a gritter. Those are some serious allegations, friend. No doubt brought about by seething jealousy. Listen, not everyone is cut out to be an elite tamer. If you're so certain and you're such a knowledgeable tamer, show me a real adult Dracula. Not a problem. Alright. I will go. And Ocarina, we're gonna need you to sub out just for a minute so that I can teach this dude a lesson in humility. There we go. Listen, pal. I can see damn well you know what's up. You got that real deal right there with you. Let me level with you for a moment. Sure, this monster is a phony. I never had what it takes to be a tamer that could make a living on it. My best breeding projects could make some awesome looking creatures, but they fold in a real fight. I gave my dreams a shot, just like you. Much sooner than I ever expected though. Time came knocking. I've got a boy who's about half your age. We don't have much, and God knows I can't give him the life he deserves by being a tamer. I spend most of my productive years chasing this pursuit, and I've got no skills at all to make a living. Why don't you give me a break? Keep this between us, and let me try to eke out a living as long as this lasts. What do you say? I won't take your means to provide for your kid. I can't stand by and let you dupe these people. I won't reveal you, but you must stop and find a new way forward. Thanks for not putting an end to this. I know my kid will at least eat tonight, but what else am I supposed to do? I have no skills in this city. You need smarts. I understand, but there's work for anyone who needs it badly enough. I grew up on a farm, and a farm always needs more hands. After a month or two, you won't even get as sore as you'll get stronger and make an honest living. Your monsters could even help a hand and earn its dinner. Okay? You know? I mustn't be very smart at all, because I never set my sights outside this concrete jungle, but you know, you're right. It's not too late to make someone myself. And I won't forget this, kid. If we meet again, let's see who has the most calluses on his hands. Then, maybe that monster taming life will make you soft yet. I don't know what the future holds, but if we meet again, it'll be my good fortune. You're alright, kid. Sure was it? Sure. If you're what growing up on a farm does to a boy, it's the life I want for my kid. You take care of yourself. Dunzo. Look at it. What do you got to say? Please do not throw change into the fountain. It clogs the plumbing. Okay? Shh, you're too loud. I owe the casino money. If I say a chest guard, I'm done for. I had a very spooky childhood. I think my home was haunted by a maelstrom. Sometimes a chair in another room would come and move on its own. Other times the piano would chime while no one was touching it. Maelstrom are attracted to music. I wish it had shown itself, because we would have been kind to it, even when I woke up to red eyes staring at me in the darkness. Yeah. Okie dokie. They say the penthouse of the Gambit is haunted by a sorrowful ghost. Some say a man took his own life there. Others say that he was killed immediately after leaving and his soul returned to recount his final mistake. Man, there's some dark places all around here, huh? Anyway, it's the nightlife, so let's explore Neokia. We're watching you everywhere you go. Mate, I came here from Apperton after they closed down the courthouse, looking for work, but I lost all my money in the casino. Now I'm broke, and I can't afford to travel back to my parents. What's a girl to do? Not go broke. If you're ever doing long-distance traveling, you might have to camp out from time to time. Small caves can be great places to take a rest. Under the cover of a small cave, you're much less exposed to monsters. However, the last time I did this, a small spellier type creeped up on me. It was gentle, but the way it scurried up my back gave me chills. Oh, that lasts to this day. No more cave camping for me. Help manage the electrical systems that keep this city running. Thankfully, monsters steer clear of the loud sounds and bright lights of the city, so infrastructure damage is quite rare. Sometimes you do get some real freak accidents. One time a raptor and a canine pack leader came hurling in from the sky. I guess it leapt up to bite the raptor and tackled it to ground all the way here. Spent weeks trying to source the replacement parts. Maybe one day we'll be able to move it all underground and not have to worry about monsters above ground ruining it. Yo, your boy Watson and Pokemon already figured that out. What do you got to say, lady? Sometimes when you're out in the desert, you can see a raptor fly high above. I don't really understand how more people don't worry about them. Raptors are huge, powerful, and carnivorous. They could easily pick up a human and carry it off to its nest, but they don't. Do we live at the mercy of the raptor? I wonder when their mercy will run out. I'm a traveling gourmand. I've come here to have dinner at Neokyo's famous restaurant. It's owned by Inquisitor Sith, who published a guide on food across the Crown Nation a few years ago. Apparently, he issues an updated version every few years. In terms of culinary critique, there really isn't anyone else like it. I'm interested in seeing if his restaurant really pulls ahead of the pack. Despite the heat and the arid soil, we survive on trade and tourism. Tamers really are the blood that gets pumped around the country, fueling all of its vital organs. We get our food from our Gramercy way, but the one thing you can't enjoy anywhere else is Gorgalesh meat. Unless we come up with some kind of refrigerated transport, that is, it spoils long before you can get it anywhere. Otherwise, you have to ship them around live, and they don't like that either. They just chew through whatever cage they put them in, and when they get ornery. Yeah, okay. Hick. Saw a ghost. Cheat at the hick slots. Next thing I knew, one of them chest guards came up to him and sliced him to pieces. Was over before he could even blink. Oh, it's not a guy. Not a ghost, it's a guy. Yeah. Please do not inconvenience other guests of the Gamba Casino by provoking the chest guard. They will kill you, and it will be messy. I mean, at least they're straightforward about it. Tourists are scared of Seth. He ain't such a bad guy. He'll shoot the shoot out of you, with you about anything. Yeah, gotta watch language a little bit. You smell like the Windy Province. Good choice traveling west, and you gone east, you'd be facing the nest of nasty monsters. Scarred Province is formidable. This province will kill you with the heat and sand. Scarred Province, on the other hand, will see you dead from powerful monsters that live there. Interesting. Well, first off, let's go doors locked. No home invasion. Also no home invasion. I like taking vacations to the first province a few times a year. It's so cozy. You can rent a cabin and have a beautiful fire every night and enjoy succulent elk meat and enjoy their beautiful snowscape covered glowing pink gems. Okay. Gamba Casino. Now featuring Super April Run. Huh? What do you got to say? Nothing escapes King Komakuten's sight. All is revealed to us through his light. Alright, anybody here got something to tell me? Oh, we got the healer. Hey, you look like an inspiring young tamer. You must have seen the guy with the Kiri in just about every town, right? Ever wonder how they got it? Come to think of it, I've never seen a Kiri in the wild, right? Well, it turns out Kiri is actually just a prematurely hatched Kyrian. Ain't that something? Well, if you show me a Kyrian, I can breed you a Kiri for a fee. Let's say 500. What do you say? Sure thing. Hey, now you don't have a Kyrian. Come back once you've done. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, it's a completionist task. We can go ahead and get a Kiri there. Now, what do we got here? Last time I had to run an errand to the Windy Province. A Rostress slowly followed me from a distance. It was gliding so eerily on the wind. I know they don't pose a threat, but felt spooked all the same. But they don't pose a threat? From what I understand, they nip off fingers, right? If there's a Calamagna around when you're near the coastline, you won't see any Aphel or other large monsters. That being said, Calamagna's huge eye watching you can be more unnerving than the presence of the other monsters anyway. They are clearly so intelligent, but do little besides watch with an unflinching stare. Kargakra give me the creeps, man. I'm not entirely convinced those are real monsters and not some sort of automaton from Houston. Please enjoy your time in Neokyo City. Why, thank you, my friend. Sorry, the Neokyo Dome is currently undergoing renovations. You know what the best part of living in a city is? I can go days without seeing a monster. It's great. Do you ever wonder what our lives would be like if monsters never existed? A world without monsters would be a utopia. Would it though? Because they're human monsters too. And there's a Kiri friend. If you encounter a Gamo when you're out, the best safety measure is to look as relaxed as possible. Apparently Gamo groups follow an odd social pattern. The weakest will look timid and unlikely to cause a stir, and the strongest are very relaxed and confident. Those just below the leader, though, always look tense and in a state of stress, so looking stressed makes you competition. It's not quite understood if a human looking relaxed means that Gamo thinks you're a weakling and no threat, or powerful beyond belief from your confidence. Either way, though, it works. Hermito's claws are absolutely delicious. They're very similar to the de-shelled claw of Japri. However, taking down a Hermito isn't easy. The shell can be absolutely impenetrable. This leads to some poachers ganging up on a Hermito and cutting off their claws and then just letting them go. It's very sad, but you can see clawless Hermitos sometimes. Did you know the buildings here even have air conditioning? Sure, it can be expensive to live here, but no one's stopping you from entering a store to peruse and taking a little longer than you must. You can always go and see swimming pool. Just, don't go too far out or the appeal will get you. What do you think the kingdom does all day? Or what do you think the king does all day? I've never seen him in my life. Seth's usually around here somewhere, though. He's a bit of a local celebrity. Very interesting. Lacked. Yo, let me peep. Oh, we do got peepage. Have you ever traveled to the North Windy and seen Bifra and Lifra? The two seem to be deeply linked. While Bifra is tough, it is fair and stoic. Lifra, however, is such a little pest. Fortunately, Lifra knows that Bifra protects it. Is Lifra a juvenile Bifra? Maybe we're all annoying as kids. I mean, duh. Fossils of ancient organisms have been discovered. While they never seem to paint a complete picture, leaving just enough out to keep you guessing, they appear to have physiology that overlaps with what we know today as monster kind. I wonder what came first, humans or monsters? Well, we know from the raptor that this world was built upon the ashes of a previous one, so monsters probably? Many see Tanukrook as lumbering forest dwellers. However, when enraged, they're capable of incredible speed and carnage. Don't let your guard down around one. Okay. And have you ever seen a yellow belly? They're so cute. I don't like when they get burly and grow wings when they grow up. I have seen one. They are not juvenile Galante. Oh, really? Why are they so similar? Oh, I know. They must be pygmy Galante, or maybe they've evolved to look like young Galante to avoid being hunted by them. They're actually a fusion monster, from what I understand. Yellow Belly and Umbral come together to form a Galante. Just finished a refreshing dip in the sea. Do you enjoy swimming? Sounds like a good way to get monsters dinner or lie? Lie, of course. Haha, my friend, you look fit, but you also look like you'd sink like a stone. I mean, we can swim, we're just not good at it. We wouldn't sink. You know, we do things. A lot of people get intimidated by staggerless troops that fly overhead and can ambush you. That's why I travel with a short sword. As they start to land, just do the rounds and slit their wings before they close up their armor. They'll never fly again, that's for sure. After that, you can outrun them. Not only will you reach safety, but that troop will never cause issues for people again. Dude, brutal, but also, if they're gonna pick a fight, they best be prepared to lose. Honey is delicious. Honey produced from glands beneath its fur. Even though they feed their young with it, they all produce it even if they aren't expecting young. It doesn't harm honey to harvest it, but I had a bold idea a few years back. What about honey's icy transformation? Has anyone tried to harvest honey from it? So I found the tamer in throwback with one and paid him to allow me to do some monster experimentation. Annie's frost form does seem to have honey in its fur, but it's crystallized. So I collected some samples in a jar and left it near the fire. It eventually melted into a thicker version of honey that had an interesting green shade. I took a taste and was floored. Beautiful, aromatic flavors of flowers and fruit across all the provinces exploded into my taste buds. The flavor collided, complementing and combined, and I was in euphoria. After I had recovered, I returned to share my results with the owner of the honey, and I immediately sneezed all over him. I then felt a chill. To this day, I have the sniffles and feel hopelessly cold. I fear it's permanent. Whoops. I once knew a woman with the sweetest little jungle. It would curl up on the floor, softly snoozing as we drank tea. A few months later, I visited her again, and her jungro had transformed. It was much larger, and as I drank my tea and ate biscuits, it stood inches from me, staring right into my face. I ignored it for 10 minutes, and it didn't budge the entire time. I realized it wanted my biscuits, so I gave it them to stop the hostility. Jungro devoured the biscuits in a second and then smirked at me like it had won some battle. I'd never transform a sweet monster if I had one, that's for sure. We actually did. Off screen, I did do that transformation. Oh, we got another floor on this bad boy? Let's go ahead and peep it. What do you got to say? When I feel discouraged in life, I think about Drago's Bane. That monster is more than eager to take on foes that is titanic in comparison. If Drago's Bane can take on any challenge, then why can't I? I mean, neat to take that. Dracupire is so regal. It's a shame that they're so creepy. They also feast on blood. So sad, they're such magnificent beasts. Yes, they are. And we got a fusion one. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and head out of this tower of power. Go peep and see if there's anything else anywhere. What do you got to say? Have you ever read that story about the gang of criminals that ran Great Desert City from their casino headquarters? Reminds me of a place. A lot. And I wish it was that interesting living here. Team Rocket blasting off again. Doors locked. Is it just me or Seth kind of, kind of what? Cute? No. I wouldn't expect you to understand. Alright, what do you people got to say? I moved to the Crown Nation from a Pillock as a child. I miss Pillock at times. Well, I don't remember it very vividly. I do remember the nice climate and beautiful mountain ranges. The monsters here were cool, but I remember that the monsters I saw back then had a calmer, more peaceful demeanor overall. They felt like monsters you could learn from, even as a human. Interesting. There are rumors that because Frobeck is inside a hollowed-out mountain, there must be some deep passage that leads to a wide underground network of crypts. Inside these crypts, it is said that strange humans and beings dwell, plotting to eventually overthrow those that live on the surface. It's an interesting myth, but I don't think it's true. I mean, if you think about it, below the permafrost, the ground is the same temperature year-round. It'd be cool, you could probably expand the tunnel to spider out under the entire nation, giving you access to move covertly in stable temperatures without concern about storms. There'd be a hell of a lot of less monsters to worry about too, and you certainly grow resentful of those living above your head. Okay, maybe there is some truth to it. Yeah, we're gonna find out when we go to Houston, ain't we? See what you got to say. I was trying to tame a monster out in Desperado when I wandered too close to the cliffs. Mid-battle, a Galante descended, wrapped its arms around my abdomen, and carried me to, quote, safety from the monster I was dueling. I kicked and punched at the brute, but I don't think it even felt it. I ended up cursing at it and spending the next 20 minutes trying to find my monster. What a pest. Galante saved them with quotes. Oh, I love that. So they're actually good guys, huh? Have you ever gotten your hands on a book of the dead? These ancient tomes can be found from time to time and no one knows their origin. The text inside them is some archaic script that I can't make sense of, and just having one on your hand gives you a sense of doom you've never felt in your life. On top of that, they can turn an existing unnerving monster like a Hooclaw into something even more ghoulish. Sort of dark magic, but they're casually playing with. I don't know, but we use them. Do you have any interesting goal destinations? For me, I love Apo. So it'd be a blast to visit the Apo Plateau and see their elder. It's a natural wonder. I'm afraid the Apo Elder is no longer in the house. Apo Elder is in the box. Okay. Let's go and get out of here. Lots of dialogue. Are you going to tell me the same thing? Sorry, son. Yokyo Dome is currently undergoing renovations. Yes, you are. You're going to tell me the same nonsense. Barge HQ. Well, first, let's peep this. It is another Tower of Power. Lots of clues here about how monster fusions work. Oh boy, I've searched wide and far for him. Anthony, if you meet a boy named Anthony, please send him home. Oh, that's the kid that wandered out. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't concentrate on anything right now. A son is missing. 1 minute he was here, and the next he was gone. My husband was arguing with me, and he must have slipped out. He's a brutal man. Man. Oh, stop. They don't know he's fine. Wish I could tell them. But we can't reveal the kids' goings-ons. During my studies in Appleton, I learned something fascinating about monsters. Even the ones with poor eyesight or unidentified eyes respond immediately to packs. How does that work? Good question. Did you know there's a country in the Southwest where monsters have an instinct to take care of the people? It's a mutual relationship and respect. Symbiosis, sort of like what exists between the spore and Laz. Wait, that's not quite right. Yeah, because the spore kind of takes over a Laz. Yeah, it's a parasite type situation. Now, what do you got to say? It's amazing how many new monsters can arise from breeding already well understood creatures. Okay. It's still sort of unreal to me that we can perform monster fusion. How does it work? You use a lot of electricity and two monsters become one? What's next, people? Wait, actually, the Holy Order already gone and done that, haven't they? So, how do they do it? Good question. No heckin' idea. But I know that it leaves some really nasty results, so... What do you got to say? Can you imagine? People come here just to gamble all their money away at the Gambit Casino. Us born and bred Neokiites know to steer clear of those tables. Traveling across the desert is gambling enough, if you ask me. Yeah, I don't doubt it. The city is so exhausting. You'd think the buildings would provide shade from the sun, but they don't. Relaxing under a nice palm tree? Now that's life. Okay. I've heard a Supergirl can turn an Apo into a mighty fighter, and I've been considering getting one, but my Apo is just too cute to turn into a big, ugly brute. Look, I appreciate that the barge is the best in the business. I'm sure they didn't get there by slacking off, but wouldn't it be better to have some consumer choice? Hello and welcome to the barge head offices. Any conceivable tamer need fulfilled at bargain. I'm Kennedy, and I sell regular merchandise. Want to take a look? Sure. Give me a peek at what you guys got. We will buy all the berries that you got. Yep, thank you. Come again, certainly will. Hello and welcome to the barge offices, and any conceivable tamer need fulfilled at a bargain. I'm Kenneth, and I sell monsters. Sure, let's take a look and see. Okay, Najask, we'll buy one of those. Scrave, you're new. No, wait, you're not new. I have Scrave already. Deserp, we've already got. Tigerlarks. Oh, that's the evolved one. We'll take that. And a Yuto? Yo, give me a Yuto too. That's a new boy. Yes, I will leave in the middle of a transaction. Please come again? Sure. Boy, these hats are mighty fine, ain't they? I usually consider swapping out that straw hat number for a real man's hat. One of them old fairy tales got a great hero with a cowboy hat in them. He also had a Dracoil, I think. But I ain't got one of those. You gotta get me the ensemble together. Sure. Some hats, a pair of boots, and a saddle. A regular cowboy setup. Get up here on the shelf. Can we buy it though? It's a jumble of all kinds of useful merchandise for a tamer. Neato. What do you got to say? I've heard Supergirl. Oh, that's the April lady. What about you? You know, ever since Gwal went extinct a few years ago, one thing's been on my mind. Where the heck do they get more Gwal chops from exactly? Sorry, no customers beyond this point. Yeah, well, I'm sorry that you are so incredibly ugly. I'm sorry, that was rude. Oh, what do you got here? Seth. Oh, hello there. Say, don't I know you from somewhere? I killed King Zorjoten and Inquisitor Nerfer. That was surprisingly honest for the target of a nationwide manhunt. You must be Seth. 10 points. Though I expect that you're here to kill me and not engage in a pleasant discussion about the merits of gastronomy, aren't you? 10 points. You're a sharp one. Tell you what, instead of fighting here and making a real mess of ourselves, why don't you meet me in the upper floors of the Gamba Casino? It's at the end of the main street. I'll even tell the chest guard doorman on the casino floor to get out of the way and let you up. But be warned, I won't do the same for the other defenses up there. It's a good thing, too. I just got finished up here. Can't fight with an empty stomach. If you'll excuse me. Yo, we are kind of a psychopath, though. Seth's a bit of a celebrity. He's so friendly, and his voice, it's like butter on the ears. Ladies like him. This place used to be a shabby restaurant called Gwallup's Spicy Meat House, and then Gwallup went extinct. Seth said it was the biggest stain on Neokyo's reputation. There was. Bad food, worse service. Then he bought the building and transformed it into his very own low-key eatery. I'd come here every day if I could. This piece used to be called Gwallup's Spicy Meat House. Then Gwallup went extinct, and they went out of business. This was brought out about 10 years ago now. The Gwal chops you find out in the wild are actually just preserved, like jerky. Crazy how long that stuff keeps without spoiling, right? This place appeals to a more highbrow clientele, but its cold service is great. Food is great, but it's cold. Don't tell Seth I said that, okay? The Inquisitor Seth often comes here to eat. He's actually rather famous gourmand in these parts. Who knows where we'd be without him? Eating out of the gutter like the savages at throwback, I'd wager. Looking for a good tie? Oh, wait, you're just a kid. Scram. Excuse me, lady of the night. I'm treating myself to a nice meal here after cashing in all that overtime I've been doing at the barge. Chairman K is firm, but he's fair. Ain't a finer employer in the whole Crown Nation, I tell you. Apparently, his ancestors used to build ships. Ain't that something? You know, I eat here every single day, and I still don't feel like I'm fit in. I'm from Scott Province originally. I go back to being a mercenary, but I'm retired for a good reason. Welcome to the most prestigious restaurant in the Crown Nation, favored by Inquisitor Seth himself. They can provide you with one of our finest dishes for only 8,000. A bit steep, but fine. Your meal will be ready shortly. Back to full strength. Okay, well, no unique dialogue, no très bien flavor, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, so that's the Dome of Domicile, right? And this should be the Gambit? No, this is the landing platform. Now we head over to Ye Old Casino. I casino what I'm doing. What do you have to say? I'm on a roll, don't stop me now. I'm a pro. Short on funds at the moment, but if you give me 100, I'll quadruple it in the next hour. Yeah. Sure. What a night. I won a small jackpot. Can you believe the luck? Congratulations. Thank you. I won't forget the little people. Gambling might seem like it's just at the chance, but if you make the right moves in the days leading up to your visit to the Gambit, you can ensure karma's on your favor. For example, I bet you're wearing matching socks, right? Yep. See? Classic beginner mistake. Okay, pally. This is great. I'm making a killing, and they keep coming my way with free drinks. What a blast. What time we playing games? Really, dude? Really? You're in a casino. My favorite game is slots. The other games are fun, but they take too long to play. I like the instant feedback. Ain't that the dopamine rush, though? What a luxurious place. When you're here, you can forget about your boring life and experience what it's like for a celebrity. People here seem largely happy. No time for playing games, huh? Aren't you a little young to be playing blackjack, young man? Okay, so they're just gonna say that stuff. Oh, Lady Luck is with me now. What about you? Hit or double down? So frustrating to decide. Okay. Are you a high roller? Huh, you don't really look it. Hey, you look like a monster tamer. Are you gonna bet monsters on a game? No. I'm a bit short on the next round. You wouldn't front me, would you? Yeah, those guys just asked the same thing. I wish I had a Gorgon right about now. If I had just a little more money to put on the table, I'd for sure walk out of here with more than I arrived with. I've been playing here for a long time, usually come out on top, but when I don't, I can put on a pretty good sob and puppy dog eyes. Uh-huh. Okay, lady. Have you heard counting cards? It's easy. For example, this hand has 3 cards in it. That means 23 cards have passed through my fingers and are now longer in play. Now, what am I supposed to do with that number? Not sure, but I'm confident I've held 23 cards. I don't want people to do this. It's not nearly as intimidating as they say. Katie's a grade A USDA approved fella. That's for sure. Alright, here we go. So, neat. Do we fight them or do they kill us instantaneously? Before we fight one, let's go ahead and save. We should be able to deal with them. Okay, they are just regular monsters. Apparently they kill people so fast that they just get wrecked instantaneously, right? Chess guys should be easily beatable. They are. Shark Boy, don't care. Alright, chess guys are nice and slow. They do not scare me. We will take a look at what's in here. What do we got? Book of the Dead and Prebiotic Ooze. Both good things to have. We'll take a few more goodies there. Avoid the chest guard where we can. Prebiotic Ooze, why thank you. What about over here? Some nice goodies. Yeah, keep going, Mario. Why do they look like Mario, though? I mean, is it just me, or do they look exactly like a Mario? Whatever, faux Mario. Doesn't matter. Kinda does look like a Gorgon got fused to their faces, right? Yeah, we'll take all that. Yo, you do see it though, right? You do see the Mario, yeah? Okay. What's in here? Door's locked, huh? Wonder if that's gonna be part of a puzzle of some kind. We got the Beastmen doing things. We got surveillance. I'll take all your stuff. These chest guards do not interest me in the slightest. We're finally facing some Beastmen though. Beastmen patrols doing Beastmen things. Are you lost, young man? Who's there? Or perhaps you're not lost at all, are you? After our little chat at the restaurant, I decided to wait here. Normally, I would stop trouble before it starts, but I didn't want to make a mess. At least, I didn't want to make a mess in there. I wanted to take this opportunity to meet you, one-on-one, where nobody could interfere. Sounds like you want to fight, and that seems to be all you beastmen think about. Is it not natural? We are the fusion of man and monster, complete and perfect in every way. A form of life that doesn't just survive, but thrives. It's all quite elegant. I don't even remember when or how I became a beastman. It was a very long time ago now. What I do know is that I've loved life ever since. The others would frown upon me for doing this, but since you have already killed an Inquisitor, you've proved your worth. I can put in a good word for you. You would make a good Inquisitor. You and I, well, we could share the bliss of being such lethal instruments. It's so nice to have common ground, isn't it? Your kind threatens the little common ground they have with the world. I'm going to put an end to that. Well, it's been said that you only get one family, but you could have a whole new family if you were to join us. Having observed your brother before, I can say that he was a true artist among tamers. I never had much taste for the way Nerfer did things, always so crass, self-serving. Even for someone like me, she's uncomfortable to watch. She went above her own orders and paid for it. Frankly, this whole holy order business never sat right with me. I think true happiness will be achieved when we are all equal in being beastmen. This is simply a means to an end for me. All that being said, your anger is understandable. Had it been I who was tasked with Dace's capture, there's a strong chance that he would have lived. Too late to play what if you die today. Fight? Well, I am honored. As the brother of Dace, I wonder if any of his artistry was imparted on you. You know, these guys are kinda wholesome, though. I kinda hate that we take them out. I ain't gonna lie, I kinda hate that we have to put an end to them. Okay, what do we do with these guys? Do we just try to get this guy taken care of? But I don't think he's strong enough to deal with us. Yeah, Dragon Charge is doing good work. Power of Gold. Throw some Casino Royale at us. Punches up. So he gets better because we're at a higher level than him. which does confirm that they do have levels and don't just automatically scale. River of Gold goes off again. I think it might be a physical move, though. Ah, geez, at that I'm not sure. Do we try a slash here? It is a little bit stronger. Oh yeah, he's done in one more. He's gonna keep throwing gold at us, and I'm gonna keep slashing. Sorry, Seth, you seem like a pretty cool guy, despite the fact that you wanted the world to become beastly. But I get why. You aren't evil, just misguided. Good night, sweet prince. An awful performance, but a true shame. How nice it would have been to see you become a beast man. Goodbye, Seth. Well, unfortunate that we had to take him out. Like, I don't know if I were in a Sora's position, if I could actually do it. I don't think I could. I mean, I'd refuse to become a beast man, obviously, but I'm not sure that I could go about offering. Not sure that I could do that. Okay. Is this the king? Komokiten. It seems that my attempt to stymie your assault was for naught. How regrettable. It's even more regrettable that I must resort to violence, personally. I dislike sullying my hands with such pointless work. Humans exhaust me, so it is my duty to protect them, and yet they can never make it easy for me. You're all like stupid little infants, exploring the world with your mouths and not your minds. Mankind doesn't need saving from the likes of you. You're a disease. You hold us back constantly. We could be more than able to protect ourselves. Please, I've lived for 1,000 years. When Lord Tachakuten first established this holy order, man was flailing around in the mud like primitives. They argued over such pointless things. They could never reach consensus on even simple things, and so it fell to us, higher forms of life, to do the work for them. Man knows what it wants now because we have decided for him. Never mind, of course, that mankind faces extant threats. Your feeble mind is barely able to comprehend the scale of our holy order stands as a bulwark against these threats. And what about monsters? Do you think you're superior to them as well? Or do you think you know what's best for them? Because I've seen your kind at its worst, and I'd say you have a little bit of them inside you too. It's true. Us heavenly kings are created from the very essence of Lord Teshakatan, who exists not only between man and monster, but above both. Thus, by transitive property, we are superior. We are burdened with this glorious purpose. We have tried so hard to meditate, to lead your kind to enlightenment. I have turned these sands into a paradise, oasis where all are free. You humans have a saying. You can lead a horse to water. But you cannot make it drink. Alright, Komokiten is up. I think we go for the hot swap into... Oh, we forgot to switch our boy back. Do we switch into Lycanroc immediately and start wearing down those stats? This goes for raw black magic, which should be neutral. It's damage, but it's not crazy damage. Alright, we cold flurry into this thing. Drop those stats to the floor. Goes for black magic again. It's gonna do less over time. All we gotta do is keep wearing them down. Yeah. Don't like it when that strat's used against you guys, huh? Black magic goes off again. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and heal real fast. Show me a big heckin' heal. I think the sashimi should be more than enough to get us close to back up. He goes for the hyper flash. Well, it didn't drop our stats, did it? No, it definitely did. We're just not seeing it. Well, black magic's doing its thing. Maybe we can still hit. We do. We'll shut this dude down a little bit at a time. 30% negative on everything. Goes for Hyper Flash. Change the move type. Yeah, we're gonna have to switch if we want to hit this thing. Maybe our own Hyper Flash. Okay, Lycanroc, you've done very well. We'll feed you. He just goes for Hyper Flash, huh? Alright, we're gonna switch to Ginsu. Ginsu. Teach him a lesson. Hyper Flash him into the dirt. Make sure he can't hit the broadside of a barn with a cannon. Hyper Flash goes off. Minus 80% on the old, yeah, you can Hyper Flash all you want to. Ours goes off first. Kamoki Tang goes for the Hyper Flash again. Now, we know for a fact that these guys don't actually lose out on all of their power points. They will keep throwing moves at us into infinity, so, yeah. We use Cold Flurry until we run out of power points, so until he's maxed out on debuffs. Yeah, it's working. Yo, Cold Flurry is so good. Hit him with the Frostbite. Too easy. And the Hyper Flash goes out. Well, he's got some debuffs, so he might still be able to hit this every now and then. Yeah. Ain't working the best, is it? No. Okay, we're gonna have to hot swap again. Minus 50% to everything. I think he's in range for us to just start wheeling at him with somebody that's got really good damage. Who do we want to throw in? Shark? Or do we let Fafnir come out with the Tyrant Wing? Or do we just immediately get weak spotted again? Okay. Crobat or Lighthouse or Flex? No, we go. What do you have? You got the Inferno, Cluster Stab, Miasma, Inferno Slash, Rot Burst, and Tyrant Wing. We switch into Lycanroc again, and we keep lowering those stats. If we can hit. Man, he don't freaking miss, does he? No, he don't miss. Yo, what if there were a game like this where you fight the big bads, but they also have access to items? So, like, what if we were on equal terms? Cold Flurry misses again. Okay, enough of this stuff. We go into Shark. Shark, it's time. Hyper Flash goes off. Changes the move type. Let's go ahead and try to finish this dude off. I think we go for slashes. Or at least we try. Oh, double Hyper Fury? Yo, we gonna not hit the broadside of a barn. Oh, he's got Cold Flurry too. Unfortunate. And he don't miss nearly as bad as we do. We'll hit him one more time with the Slash. I'm surprised we haven't seen him throw out the Royal Honey, too. A lot of these guys follow the same kind of metric, you know? Okay, Slash goes off. Cold Flurry goes off. Gonna have to switch Shark out. Because that speed drop and that accuracy drop are getting kind of crazy. Back into Fafnir. Goes for the Hyper Flash miss it. Now we're going to try out the Tyrant Wing. Let's go. Tyrant Wing, big damage. Was okay. Gave him rage. Trick spell, huh? Does that make it use moves at random? Is that confusion? Is that what rage does? Hit itself in a rage. It is confusion. Rage is confusion. I didn't know that. Oh, that's powerful. Tyrant Wing is broken. Beautiful job. And thus, the reign of the king comes to an end. No, my oasis, my paradise. Regrettable. This again? Surely it came as no shock to you that we are now bonded like this. Fret not, I'll disappear into the depths of your soul like the others, never to be heard from again. As Brother Zojotan no doubt explained to you, my soul has recognized your divine right to bear my arms. How regrettable. Your strength will multiply, there is no mistaking it. Now, you will meet our Creator and Master. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I won't be needing it. You just need my power, do you not? I appreciate the utilitarian perspective. With my power, I grant you the Godspeed spirit. With this ability, you will run faster than even many monsters do. It is a power I do not use often. And your quest will take you across the breadth of the land. Just be aware, it is quite hard to control. You should use it when you have a good idea of where it is you're going. You may also find that your reflexes have gotten sharper. While the idiom, he who strikes first strikes twice, is not inaccurate, it helps to be able to know when the first strike comes. True enough, I suppose. Now get the hell out of my head. It matters not. I have but seconds left. Farewell. To use the Godspeed sprint ability, press the 1 key or the left shoulder button while unmounted. You'll kick off at top speed, but be careful, this ability is difficult to control. Master using the Godspeed sprint, and not even the fastest enemies will be able to keep up with you. I wonder if it'll let us crash into boulders, you think? You think we can crash? Also, let's explore this dude's domain. Yeah, he kept tabs on everybody and everything at all times, right? Dude was paranoid. Well, I mean, he was right to be paranoid. We came after him, didn't we? How unfortunate. I don't love the fact that we hate to do this. I really don't. Ain't nobody noticing that their Inquisitor and their King are both deceased now. I wonder if the ladies at the restaurant... Well, no, they left, right? Yeah. The dome still closed up? It is. How very, very unfortunate. Sure, let's pay and get healed up until next time. Thank you very much. And let's go ahead and switch out our boys, shall we? I mean, they were executing people that were cheating in the casino, which sounds like something that you should probably just, you know, not send somebody to the Shadow Realm for. So I can't be that mad about taking out the king. Doesn't seem like the Inquisitor was so on board with it, but, you know, he didn't stop it, even though he probably had the power to be able to, so... Yeah... I get it. I get why our boy Sir does what he does, right? Where do we want to go next? This is Houston, right? And so this is Christmas, so what have you done? Do we go to Houston next? I think we probably do. Let's go ahead and get our ride on going. Also, check everybody's levels. Everybody's doing pretty okay. What are we doing for berries? We've got 10 of them. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's check those stats again and see how close everybody is. Yeah, stat totals are close. You're only 100 behind this dude, right? Yeah. Stat totals are very, very close. So, first things first, I know where the farmer's thief happens to be, but I ain't gonna bring him to justice, that's for sure. Not after what I heard this dude did. Not a chance. So come up over here. And you should be... Is there any way to access these piles of bones? No. Alright, what do you got for us? Also, I'll deal with the riffraff real fast. Yeah, Scrave, you ain't got nothing for me no more. Ugh. Okay. The Laban don't seem to be very happy. We're... Something we need to revisit? What brings you round this way? Are these Laban yours? What a strange question. Do you ask that to every monster tamer you meet? Or is there a reason you're sniffing around? I'm just curious. You're just a kid. You ever been in love, kid? I've been in love. I know what it's like. Yeah? Let me tell you, no matter how in love you are, they can just get bored of you one day and then it's over. Every moment down the drain. We're all just in it for pleasure. And let me tell you, my friend, I've had my pleasure. These Labans belong to the man who stole my woman. Not that she's innocent herself. Yeah. Okay. You know what, let's confront them about it and see if we have an option of resolving this whole thing. I didn't see whether it actually let me save or not. There we go. Okay, confrontation time. Alright, you know damn well I'm here. So that's how it's gonna be easy. You want something, you better be ready to take it because I will be from now on. Bring it on if you're man enough. Calm down, I'm not interested in fighting another man's battle. So you think I did the right thing? No, I'm still trying to discover what's right. Of course, an eye for an eye, or no, I'm still trying to discover what's right. I don't know if you ever really find the answer to that, kid, but I wish you better luck than I hope you don't find yourself in your favorite spot in the world, feeling nothing at all. Something we need to revisit? Are those yours? You know damn well why I'm here. Come down. Of course, an eye for an eye. I really needed to hear that, kid. You're alright. Wish me luck in finding something out there to make me happy. To feel the cool breeze again someday. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go and talk to this dude. Because I'm not interested in the reward for fighting these battles. Yo, if you're gonna go around and be running trains, just saying, you know, you're kind of opening yourself up to whatever you get, right? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. This dude, Laban friend is gonna get exactly what's coming to him. If you're gonna do dirty business, don't be surprised if you roll in the mud. That's all I'm saying. Hey there, young fella, I trust we're still on the same page and you're gonna set things right. And Laban Thief hangs out in the north of the province. Not a chance. Nope, I don't play your game. Nah. Let him thief. From you, anyway. It don't matter none to me. Yo, this is another hybrid that I don't think we have yet. Or do we? I feel like we have this hybrid. Couldn't escape? Excuse-moi? You said what the who? Oh, you gotta be crazy. I could just off you? Instead, you work for me now. Get in the bag, Nebby. Get in the freaking bag. Okay, let's make our way to Houston. Houston, we have a solution. to a problem. I already dealt with these guys. Ain't nothing there that I need to deal with. The fields are hanging out doing their thing. Alright, here we are. Big old hole in the wall. We'll just sail around the perimeter first, see if we see anything of any sort of noteworthiness. Here's the radio towers and all that. So we were supposed to do work for these guys, right? And get their trust so that Deckard could do something terrible to them. That's right. And then Sabat also wants everybody dead as a doornail, right? I'm even less confident about helping him do stuff now because he's like, oh yeah, you just gotta, you know, just gotta murder a few eggs in order to make an omelet. It's like, I don't think that's how it said. He said, oh yeah, you just gotta crack a few heads to make an omelet. Just crack a couple of dome pieces in order to make your omeletas. And I'm like, yeah, you see, the thing about that is no. And if that's how you beastmen operate, I'm not seeing a future where you exist. You know? Oh, they got all kinds of heck up down here. What happened? Confirm security gate toggle. Type in yes. Security gate toggle. Have a nice day. Okay. What do you got? Confirm security gate toggle? Sure. Don't know what that's doing, if anything. Okay. Can we toggle it again from here? Yeah, okay. No important notes on this table, right? No research notes, no foundation-y things. Nope, not so much. What happened here? This place got hacked up. In a majorly kind of way. We need to find another computer. There is one there. Now you just gotta find our way through it. Oh, this is also an option. We toggle this one, and then we head back. I'm starting to pick up what you put down. I'm getting it. A lot of back and forth for this, though. Wouldn't necessarily call it engaging puzzling gameplay, but... Alright. Gets us through... Oh, okay. So if it's gonna lock us in, then... How would we get back out? Here's the question. Also, we got a new monster friend there. I will just go ahead and charge at him. And grab whoever this is. What are you? You are a Deus Volt. Kinda like him. I like the old big jaw thing he's got going on. He's got that Jay Leno jaw. That Jay Leno jaw for sure. There ain't nothing around here that I can play with, so we'll keep it moving. Maelstrom, my friend. That's neat and all. Get out of my face. We do have the way opened already, so I guess we just we go through, right? Expected the puzzles to be a little bit more complex. We do have a computer down there, huh? So this opens this up, and then what happens if we do this? It just goes back to being closed, huh? So what's the point? Is there like grappleables around here? No, no grappleables. But this is definitely an area that we are paused. We can't grapple any of that. So I guess that's just a red herring. Because it don't help us none. We'll toggle. You know, all those don't help us get nowhere, right? I don't know. Well, now we might actually have a puzzle. What about toggling this? Okay. That one worked. So it's just some of them work and some of them don't. Okay. We almost through here? We do have a boss fight here of some kind, which means that we want to go ahead and make Lycanroc the leader. Growl or something, he says. Makindra, huh? Interesting. Hit him with the Cold Flurry. Slow him down a little bit. Does he have the Demon Shimmer on him? Doesn't appear to. He's gonna go for the Inferno. Will hurt a little bit, but I think Lycanroc's got this. Don't you know rock types resist fire? Oh. The miss was not great. Dragon Tackle will boost defenses a little bit. You hit him with another Cold Flurry, see what happens. I think he's in range. Just goes for the Draco Charge again. Gonna be doing less this time. Lycanroc is a king. Okay, can we normal pact you? Yo, he's impacted. Makindra is in the boxes. Very nicely done. Yet another boy taken down. Okay, switch up to the Shark, make him a leader again. And then this does what? Yeah. Like a security gate? Sure. Security gate is dropped. I guess we just... That's a new friend. No, we can't even get down the freaking steps. No, I guess he only got fins. He can't hold on to the hand railing, huh? And you are Bravus. Hello, Bravus Gaming? Alright, and there we go. And now we can get locked up here. We dismount, and then we swim for it. And we, just like that, we made it. There's the big thing, so we are in business. Apparently, the early days of Houston, funding came from rich trade with the mainland, and was significant effort in fish harvesting with a full market established. I wish we still had some of the sea ledgers from those days. Those who do not know history are doomed to repeat it. I booked time with our grand telescope. It's been a few months since I have peered deep into the abyss of outer space, but it is truly majestic to observe the cosmos. What other intelligences could exist in our universe? Dark ones, my friend. Dark ones. You know, I've always wondered just how advanced tech on the mainland has gotten. They've got televisions over in Neokyo, I hear. And of course, monster fusion. But that was basically stolen from us anyway. I don't think the Holy Order is all that interested in technological advancement. No, they are not. Ain't steal nothing from you. Unfortunate. What do you have to say? Living at sea like this is so peaceful. You look out and in most directions you see only the beautiful star horizon. It reminds me that possibilities are endless. It's nice that you see that. Because there's a real possibility that it might end your leader's life. See what she has to say. Ah, the humble refrigerator. Can't imagine having to store my food in some icebox. Having to constantly get ice all the time? No thanks. Only thing I don't like is the humming noise, but I have the luxury of 2 floors in here, so it ain't so bad. Nice humble little house. Let's go and check these guys out. Hello? 4th all-nighter in a row, trying to crack this bloody chromosome. Oh, the super calf can keep me going for a week, but I'm sure when I get old, I'll have hell to pay for it. Hey, don't go abusing your body, you'll regret it. You know, I've been thinking of breaking into fashion. These lab coats are dreadfully dull. Well made, to be sure, but dull. If you're gonna do science, do it in style. Yo, give this one a promotion. Hello there, care for a cup of our amazing brain-stimulating super care? It's perfectly safe for monsters, too. Energized for only $50 a cup. Sure. Oh, that's actually really good. I feel completely energized. Come back soon. Yo, down in the super cave. There used to be monsters native to these wilderness around Houston. Seems we've expanded since then, though. Those ecosystems no longer exist. Sorry, no entry into the reactor room. It's real dangerous stuff. One wrong button press and you could cause a meltdown. There's nothing that interesting in there anyway. Some scientists here investigate particles while others deep space. It's both small and big. I'm getting a bit of anxiety on what I can try to pioneer. Maybe I'll uncover a unique unknown facet of monster biology. Then again, that sort of science can be looked down upon here. They look down upon people? Oh, is this the fusion center? It is, and there's the breeding girl. Houston Breeding House, huh? No thank you. I said no thank you. Interesting. Can we elevate her up? We can. What do you have to say? I'm currently organizing data on our recent photographs of the stars. We take new images nightly here at the observatory. Are there other planets? Yes, actually. There's a good dozen of them nearby. Why don't, they don't have any life on them. At least as far as we can tell. Heck, some of them don't even have water on them. Sure. Will it let us use the big telescope? No. Oh, we're not authorized. Sage. Yeah, you were the one that was worried about monster science. How about you? Hello, I'm Dr. Kowalski. Mike Kowalski! How you doing? That's a shame, feel free to... Okay. Hello again, did you have any fossils you wanted? No, I don't. Okay. Yo, can we actually revive fossils Pokemon style? Science says Houston Hydroponics. I'm about to get my certificate in particle physics. To a mainlander like you, that might sound advanced, but our people mastered particle acceleration a long time ago. Hey, the first experiment went awry though. No one really knows why or how. I think it wiped out a lab off the map. Yikes. And this is the hydroponics, huh? Or maybe that big greenhouse. Okay. Well, we might as well peep the greenhouse, right? While Houston records were digitized long ago, I sometimes miss the library and trawling of books from my college days in Atherton. So there already exists the great library that Sabat was talking about. It already exists here in Houston, right? So what's that dude on about? Yo, I trust him less and less every moment. Have you heard the word? Basically, there's a protocol to protect your work from others who may access it unauthorized or before it's ready. I heard there's even a proof of concept in a living being. Basically, when someone that isn't authorized uses this creature, Tardigan, it will produce invalid results when used during breeding. It's amazing this city is accomplished. Interesting. I hope to one day create biological assistants of some sort. My uncle lost a limb when he was younger, and I think being able to restore functionality to people like that would be a tremendously positive change in the world. It would be. This looks like cloning tech or something, like something we find in a build PC type sitch. Okay, what about you people? The current go-to standard for biological material evaluation and testing is now electrical thresholds. Apparently, in the distant past, pressure was the key metric. What primitive times? Oh, it's you. We've been waiting to meet you. Yes, our boss, Mycroft, would like to meet you. Oh, we're gonna get to meet Lady Mycroft, but not yet. Was that dissections on monsters happening over there? Because that's crazy work over there. There was a lot of bodies. The dam used to be our primary source of power, but it was constantly besieged by monsters. Eventually, we just decided to use conventional fertilizer reactors. We used the basin over there to cool the reactor. Hello there! Did you know that according to the latest calculations from our astronomers, we may have had a different number of moons in the distant past? Oh, it's true! Interesting. Let's just go peek out over the sea. The water physics, or rather the water graphics in this game are quite nice. I will say that. Okay, let's make our way to the top. I'm really grateful. There aren't any truly titanic sea monsters known. Even though we're elevated up from sea level, monsters are so unpredictable, we could still be in danger. Every so often, we pick something up on the sonar, but it's probably just a school of fish or monsters or something. What we've accomplished relating to everyone else, it's really incredible, isn't it? But science is a process that goes on forever. We must dedicate our lives to furthering our ideology. I like how getting a master's in freaking particle physics here is like, oh yeah, it's Tuesday. Okay, so yeah, lots of bodies. That's a Kyrian. That's a Linkix. Don't know. Well, I mean, I do recognize them. Is that a Kabu there getting torn up? Well, regardless, I guess you gotta do a little dissection in order to understand these creatures, huh? I hope to rival Mycroft one day in sheer intellect. I'm not sure it's realistic a goal, though. Well, hopefully you are as intellectual as her one day. Mycroft's very demanding, but she accomplishes amazing things. Sometimes I'm not sure I'm cut out for this, but when we succeed, it's truly amazing. Mycroft. We met at last. You're the young man who has caused so much trouble for the Order. I'm Professor Mycroft, the administrator of Houston. I direct all scientific research done here, as well as acting as its political and social leader. I'm pleased to see you're here. Now that you're here, tell me what you think of Houston, what we built here. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Where would you even begin? So you set the stairs up. Of course, you haven't seen anything like it. Even in antiquity, Houston was always unique. Here, the greatest minds tackle the problems of the day without restraint or doubt. I don't know why you sought this place out. Perhaps you did so because you believed you would find tools to aid you on your one-man war. Brute force alone will not win the day. Well, what will you do when the Order finally crumbles? Surely you'll never intended to establish any kind of government of your own. I'm offering you help. Well, let us arm you with our knowledge. Depends on what you know. I know more than almost anyone living today. The extent to which I understand the Holy Order is intimate. I have understood their science and their psychology. I have only one problem, and that is, we are not a community of tamers. We are self-sufficient through our science, but we do not rely on monster tamers even for trade. Every so often, a trigger must be pulled, you understand. Someone who can operate in the field and leverage that knowledge as force. I have waited a long time for someone such as yourself to appear. Now that you're finally here, I'd like for you to be the operative. Can you do that for me? I can't argue against it. More knowledge and fight for them would be useful. I think we'll get along just fine. In that case, I shall explain the plan to you. I wish to create a biological weapon that will annihilate the entire Beastman Corps. One that targets their specific genetic structure and breaks their cells down from within. This weapon would have no effect on regular monsters, but will leave the entire Order blind. They will have no enforcement or defense. The regular rank-and-file Beastmen and the Inquisitors are designed to dissolve upon their deaths. Obtaining a flesh sample from one you have already defeated would be impossible. Additionally, I doubt the Kings are similar in nature to the Beastmen. That would be a useless tool. The Order has deployed a new series of biological weapons. Perhaps you've seen them? They're blue monsters with red collars of fur with white wings. No doubt they're made to hunt you specifically. I need you to kill one, and then I need you to bring a sample of its flesh back to me. Because they have been deployed too recently, I should provide accurate targeting parameters. Actually, I already defeated one of them. Here's the sample. How serendipitous, though. It's strange that these creatures are not designed to dissolve upon their deaths. I'll analyze this sample. Wait here for a while. Serendipitous indeed. How strange. This sample isn't what I was expecting at all. This isn't like him. What could this mean? What do you mean this isn't like him? Huh? Oh, just ignore me. I'm just amusing myself about something. It isn't important. I was expecting these two to be derived from a human body with monster elements grafted onto it. Apparently not. These creatures have only monster DNA. 0 human genes here. While this is an interesting sample, this is wholly useless to our ultimate goals. I apologize for wasting your time. For now, you should rest here for a moment. You look tired. Without appropriate rest, the human body's life expectancy drops sharply. That sample being a dead end does not set us back significantly. I believe I know the solution. There exists an island of beastmen just off the coast of Desperado province. The beastmen have supposedly freed themselves from the conditioning they received at the hands of the Order. Rumor has it that the very architect of the beastmen program resides there, having left the Order a few years ago. This architect must know more. Go there and return once you have more information. If you can obtain a flesh sample from them, do so by any means necessary. I'm afraid there simply isn't anything to talk about until you've acquired one of those flesh samples. Feel free to talk to any of the others here if you want to know about Houston Talk. Okay. So here comes our decision, right? Deckard wants us to betray Houston. Maybe we go and see what Deckard has to say, right? Let's go ahead and see what Deckard has to say now that we've met with them. So we've got a 3-way race. We've got Deckard to the southwest, we've got Houston to the northeast with Mycroft, and we've got Sabat in the northwest, right? So the question is, who do we side with? Yeah, you are just a regular old corpseman. Okay, Deckard, what do you got for me? Hey, did you find those notes yet? Not yet, I'll be back. I need to remind them. I'd like to invade the exile lanes. The beastmen there can serve as a sacrifice. Not yet, I'll be back. Interesting. So Deckard would like us to off Sabat as well. So no matter what, somebody's gotta go, right? The beastmen live a cursed existence, but it's not their fault that they were created this way. But for them to live, we gotta kill her and give them ridiculous amounts of power, right? To make them super long-lived and stuff. Plus, his thing about the open-air library, if he knows so much about what Houston is doing, he already knows that they've got digitized records. So he's been lying to us. Yo, I don't deal with that. I don't mess with that. Sorry, Monster Mash, but you're gonna have to go down. And you know what? Deckard's playing us too. Mycroft's the only one that's really been honest with us. Yeah, and that dude's planning a mass sacrifice anyway, so you know what? Have any news? Remind me what I need to get again. Give sources. No, I'm here to kill you. No beastman should live. Do it. I wish to live a peaceful life here, but make no mistake. You will learn why not even the Inquisitors would dare set foot on this island. Sabat is a bulky boy. Forgot to lead with Lycanroc. I'll switch to him now. Uses Blood Glove. Yeah, you're about to find out why so many Inquisitors have died by my hand. Go ahead, show me your worst, Sabat. Cast Miasma. We'll do a little something. So he's primarily a caster, which is very predictable. We'll drop his stats into the negatives, while the rest of our boys hold off the beast fellas. Yep, there we go. So we could have used the Beastmen as a sacrifice to Deckard's madman plans, but I'm not interested in that path either. He wants to create some sort of death god. Yo, I'm not interested. Not interested in creating some sort of death god to rule over the people. Like, Deckard's plan is to create an ultimate monster, right? And then use that monster in order to control the people. So Deckard's evil. Mycroft isn't talking about controlling anybody. She just wants to subvert the crown, which is exactly what we want to do. Plus, I mean, clearly she's been leading these people well enough, right? So, I ain't against giving her control once everything's all over. Yeah. That's fine. All different means to an end, huh? Let's drop those stats even more. Looking at minus 70 and everything. First miss. Keep it going. Cold flurry 'em until there ain't nothing left. Minus 80. He's slowing down. Let me show you why even thinking you could contest with me is a mistake. You should have just surrendered willingly, Sabat. Now I gotta mess you up. Goes for Miasma. Alright, Lycanroc, you did your job. This dude is utterly muted. Let's go ahead and switch up to big boy damage. Who do we want, though? Shock, big boy damage online. Trina Toxin is gonna miss. He's massively weakened. I believe Slash will do the work here. He's bulky. You know what? Bad matchup. It's fine. Just slash him down. And then I'm going to switch to Tyrant Wing. We'll get him close, and then we'll finish him off with the Winged Dragon of Ra. Boom. Bop, bim, bam. Not the fastest way of dealing with a boss monster. One thing that I will say about Eternal Exodus is that that game had very fast boss fights. You were either able to take them out or they took you out. There wasn't really no tests of endurance. Whoever was stronger was coming out on top. Which is something I very much appreciate about the way that that game was structured. Lots of problems with Eternal Exodus and its AI nonsense, but its boss fight structure is not one of them. It felt a little anticlimactic at times if you were over-leveled, but I imagine if you're got level parity there, then actually it's probably pretty fun piecing together the boss's weaknesses and dealing with it. Let's go ahead and finish off this group of jabronis here. He doesn't have much left, and he's just throwing out the toxins over and over again, trying to throw us rage, right? But we ain't falling for it. Alright, this is like his best move, is the crown move Adrenal Toxin on me. This is his best option. Oh, we can make it a crown slash? Let's do it. Crown slash. Bad matchup, huh? Okay. What about Crown Black Magic? Oh, goodbye. Go to freaking Monster Heaven, friend. Bye. Too easy. Got Inquisitor's flesh. The rest of the beastmen run and scatter. And now we got our own little private island. Not a bad day, I'll tell you. Not a bad day indeed. Yeah, I never trusted him. Live there in peace? I don't think so. More about last lies type situation. Don't believe it at all. What if I didn't help Houston? What if I just ate the Inquisitor's body in order to gain his powers? Because I can do that. I got the whole mind meld flesh homunculi thing going for me. I could totally just munch down on this like a Subway sandwich, right? Can we talk to you yet? Where does Neokio get its power from? Maybe those fools who shared the secrets of monster fusion with the mainlanders gave them that technology too. Maybe. I don't like the idea of calling the mainlanders fools, or at least the fools sharing it, because you're gonna need to share your tech with the rest of the world. I obtained a sample. I had to kill the Beastman architect, Sabat, for it. The bannerless beastmen are no more. You certainly do not shy away from what needs to be done, do you? An admirable quality. I shall analyze this sample myself. This is close to what I was expecting. Sabat must have been one of the very earliest beastmen. The preservation here is immaculate. I'm seeing human and Surgus DNA. Interesting. I've isolated the hydrogen and covalent bonds. It's a highly unique, complex structure not found anywhere else. I should expect nothing less from... I suppose I cannot keep this up any longer, can I? What's the matter? I've been less than forthcoming with you about the nature of how I know so much about the Order. You've done so much to advance our plan, I must give you a more thorough picture of myself. I was not born as Mycroft. I was born as Mycroft III. For the last millennia, I have continually moved my consciousness to new bodies through a process I call soul transference protocol. I have been a man, a woman, and even the things in between across centuries. This ensures that I can keep a steady, controlling hand on Houston and its research. This world, everything in it, is far younger than you think it is. Explaining the scale of this is not only difficult, but frightening. You might even believe that I am lying to you. I would expect it, really. It defies reason, even when I say it back to myself. Your ultimate target, Teshakuten, was known to us here in Houston by a different name in his youth. His name was Sakura. Sakura washed up on the shore at the foot of what became our dam 1,021 years ago. I took him in as an infant. I nurtured him. He became as a son to me. By the age of 5, he had already absorbed everything I could teach him. His intellect was unparalleled. He gave us new insight into the nature of everything, from physics to biology. He even helped build the machine by which I transfer my consciousness to new bodies with. And then, something began to happen to him. He complained of dreaming of himself being killed by a mysterious figure. He was racked with visions of a future yet to come. Horns began to sprout from his head, and markings began to run on his face. I knew all along that Sakura was no ordinary human, but now he demanded an explanation of me. As his mother, I tried to comfort him. I could offer no such warmth or consolation to him. The scale of his worry grew geometrically by the day. Together, we examined his DNA for the first time, and what I found shocked me. Sakura is no man, he is a monster. He is no monster either. He exists between both, and above them. He held powers that most could only dream of. This knowledge terrified him. The other Houstonians began to hate him. They saw him as an affront to science and nature. I had to make a difficult decision. I exiled him from Houston. From there, he traveled to the mainland and climbed Meru's spire. Then he took on a new name, Lord Teshakuten. This act remains my greatest mistake. Sakura did not need an intellectual partner. He needed a parent. And the world could not offer him that. I could not offer him that. His obsession has twisted his priorities. He must be stopped. I do not know if I want him dead or if I want to simply see him again and get him to stop this madness. The suffering you have been through began with me. I have been trying to right this wrong for a millennia. It is a terrible thing to saddle you with helping me correct my own mistakes, but this cannot continue, not for either of us or anyone else. I can barely even think of him in the same way now. Strange to feel some kind of human compassion towards someone whose negligence has done so much harm. But this doesn't change what has to be done, not one bit. I'll see this through to its bitter end, no matter what it takes. It's a lonely world for people like us, Asur. A lonely world indeed. I will give you my diary. I have been keeping these for a very long time now. I do not have any qualms with sharing this with you because you have gone further than anyone else to help stop this. Got Mycroft's diary. Read these at your own peril. They contain information I'm not sure anyone is equipped to handle, but I think you should be the one to decide whether or not you need to know it. I will also grant you access to the room that the machine is held in. You can get there through the elevator in this office. These notes also contain an ID badge. This ID will allow you to tame a tardigan without causing it to transform into its viral form. We must press on. However, as you know, I used the Soul Transference Protocol machine to change bodies. This one is close to expiring. Houston has enough power generated via a reactor for day-to-day research and development, but the machine requires a rather significant amount of ferrorizer to jumpstart the reaction. Because this comes up so infrequently, I never managed to find a more permanent solution to this problem. I need 20 pieces of ferrorizer ore to ensure that the reactor is not overloaded. Return once you have the required amount. I'll be on the lookout. Until next time. The elevator won't respond. It looks like it hasn't been used in a long time. Alright, well, we got our ID, right? So, now we can go wherever we want in this place. Can we go to the reactor? Also, I think, where do we gotta go in order to find cardigans, huh? Yeah. Well, we have access to the machine now. Maybe there's something, we can ride on and see somewhere. Well, it's normal. Alright, so notebooks, objectives. It must burn. Apathan, Nilkio City, Gorgon Fort, and Throwback. A dog of the military. Gain the trust of Mycroft and obtain the notes. Slave to intellect. Give Mycroft 20 pieces of ferrorizer. Failed. Sabat is dead. Yeah. Magnum Force. Acquire the fossil in the frozen chasm, then return to Igbus and any which way you can. Bring the man outside Soulstone, the monster with the sigil on its belly, and then the Lunarians. Tame Raziel, which we did. Alright, with that, I think we're okay with calling it a day here. Been going for almost 2 hours. Been very fun. Dude, Monster Crown just keeps getting more freaking interesting. Now, like I said, I think we're locked out of the secret ending until we get to post-game, and then we can re-challenge some of the Lunarians. But for now, I think we've got a crack team of Mons. Let's just go ahead and take a look at our party stats before we round it out. Yeah, 200s. Getting close on this dude's front. Also getting close. Yeah, nobody can really compare to those two, though. Yeah, we got a crew. We got a crew together. The only one, yeah, are Ocarina and Ginsu are lagging a little behind in the old power department. But everybody's strong, everything's looking good. So with that, to all my phonies, hello. To all my jabronis, goodbye. And to all the Mahonies as well. Man, the Mahonies, the phonies, and the jabronis, never gonna get over them. Alright then, people. I will see all of you on the very next episode of the one and the only, the true, the forbidden one, the Exodia of streamers, the Fox Hound Show. Good night, everybody.